We were able to fly our family of 4 round trip to and from Europe in business class for under $2,000.
And in this video, we'll show you how we did it. Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kisha, and this is Travelnomics. When we plan our trips, we usually always start with our airline tickets. For Europe, it was no different. We initially started with your traditional flight deal websites, and for economy tickets round trip, and we were seeing around $1,000 each for each ticket for economy round trip.
So we'll talk about that for the rest of the video, kind of refer to that as the $4,000 baseline for the whole family to get their flights. When I was trying to think about how I could save money, because I'm always looking for a deal, I remembered seeing a video where some bloggers had flown to the Maldives for almost no cash using points. And I started thinking maybe we could use points to get to Europe more cheaply. I started researching how to save money on travel by collecting points, and I decided on a strategy of collecting American Express points because they have big sign-up bonuses and they have a lot of airline partners. So last year, when I started researching this trip for our dates in April, I was seeing points prices of around 100,000 points and $1,000 in cash for our
Family of 4.
to travel in economy to Europe. But during the same time period, I was listening to a lot of podcasts and I was reading a lot of blogs, and I kept hearing about and reading about business class seats. And these seemed like a fun way to get the family to Europe.
Okay, not just fun, he is downplaying it. It was amazing, and when he showed me all those videos, I was obsessed, and that was the only way I wanted to travel to Europe.
So we decided we were going to try and upgrade, and these bloggers always said that it was more, but it wasn't a lot more. So what we ended up booking was 215,000 points, and I believe it was around $650 in cash. So a little cash savings, but a lot more points. For our return flight, we had initially booked a flight that was 65,000 points and $1,200 in fees. And when we ended up
Was that economy only?
And that was economy.
Yeah.
And so when we switched over to business class, we ended up spending 170,000 points, but only $630 in fees. So there was some more cash savings there. So with our big business class bookings for the family of 4 and the smaller flights to get us to and from the hubs where we were traveling from, we were looking at spending 390,000 points. So how do we get that? We started with the American Express Platinum card. I got one. I think I got 125,000 points as a sign-up bonus, so I needed to make a minimum spend, and then I got all of those points. Now, the thing about the American Express Platinum is it is an expensive card.
Super expensive. When he told me that he wanted to get that card and its whopping sticker price of $695 a year, I immediately had to understand how we were getting value out of that card.
She's right. $700 is a lot of money. And there are a lot of benefits that come with the American Express Platinum card. And some of those are some credits that help make that price less painful. There's a $200 hotel credit and a $200 airline credit that are both annual. There's a $240 digital entertainment credit. We use it for Hulu. And a $170 Uber or UberEats credit. That's pretty easy to use.
So by credit, we mean you use that American Express Platinum card to pay for these things and it'll credit you that money back. So essentially you got them for free.
So if you use all of those credits I've just mentioned, you're already kind of erased the $700 fee. Additionally, those top two credits, the hotel and airline credit, can be used twice in one membership year, for the first calendar year and for the second calendar year. So maybe you're $400 ahead just by having this card. So those credits were great, but the real reason we signed up for these cards was to get points to buy these flights. And one of the reasons I targeted them was because they had large sign-up bonuses. So when you get a new card, typically they will offer you a big block of points if you get the card and make a certain dollar amount of purchases within a certain amount of time. So I think for that first Amex Platinum card we got, I think it was on the order of 125,000 points, and I think that we had to spend $6,000 maybe in 3 or 6 months.
The important thing about the sign-on bonuses and spending that target amount is not to buy things that you wouldn't originally have bought. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the point, and it's almost like you're buying something for points. So what we do is we transfer to only using that one card. Any bills that we pay with our credit card, we change all of the bills to the single card that we're targeting to get those points.
So we got 125K for that first card. I think we got a second Amex Platinum. I think that was 150K. So we're already most of the way there. And then I ended up getting an American Express Gold card that also had some costs but some benefits. But I think that puts us, along with the spend that we normally did and the points we got by just meeting those bonuses, I think we're already at the 385K that we needed to make this big trip with 4 people.
Now I wanted to show you what it looks like to actually make the bookings, converting those American Express membership rewards into tickets. There's a website I like to use called point.me. They have a relationship with American Express where you can log into amex.point.me. They'll verify your Amex credentials, and you can use their premium search for all of the airline partners that accept membership reward transfers. So it started searching, and it's going to search all of the different partners. It takes some time, but you can see the results that are done as they come through. Sorting by low points, I can see that the day I picked, is one of the days where Air France is offering the 50,000 point flights, and that's good. While this search continues, I'll jump ahead to the next step. The next step when you do identify an award is to go to the airline and make sure that reward availability is truly there. You don't want to transfer points until you're sure that they have the availability you want. And I can see, yes, there's a flight from JFK to Charles de Gaulle in business class for 50,000 points. The other flight that we had booked was the flight returning home. The same tool shows that from Madrid to JFK, they're offering the 34,000 points, which is just a fantastic flight. And because these flights from Europe are going against the jet stream, they're a little longer, and you can really enjoy those fancy seats and the better food options. So once this is identified, again, like before, we want to go to the airline and verify that date really has availability and they're really showing tickets. And it is. It's showing the dates, destinations, and the 34,000 avios. I also wanted to mention a couple of more features about Points.me. When you're booking for the first time with any reward partners, they offer the option, or if you click on it, it'll show you different pathways to the deal. Here also they'll show that if at this time American Express is offering a transfer bonus, they'll show you the lower number of American Express points you need to actually purchase that, which can be really helpful. Also, which is great for beginners, if you click on one of these deals that you do want, they give you kind of step-by-step instructions on how you go about making that booking. Create an account with Flying Blue, which is the rewards program that Air France uses. Then you'll go through and find the matching flight on the Flying Blue website, which is what we had just done. And then you'll transfer membership rewards from Amex and book the flight. And if that still is a little unclear to you, or you just want to feel more confident when you're doing this for the first time, you can click here, and they have a step-by-step videos and some troubleshooting, and they'll just kind of walk through step by step. I think they make it pretty easy.
Okay, so we've got our 385,000 points. Now it's time to turn those into airline miles and buy our flights. We had found Air France would be our good flight out. We had, so we log into our American Express account and we select Air France as our destination. You have to put in your Air France account number, and then you can transfer points across.
So you do need to create an account with the airline that you're going to be flying with to accommodate that conversion.
So when we were doing it, Air France had a 30% bonus. So our 100,000 membership rewards points became 130,000 Air France miles. So we did that with our Air France, and then our way back, we flew with a different airline. We flew through Iberia, and we had to transfer points to them and purchase that ticket separately. Of note, in order to get the best rewards prices for a business class seat, you may have to connect through a hub. So our home airport of RDU, we couldn't find any great business class deals out of here, but we could when we connected through a major airport, like in our case, JFK. And likewise, on the way back, we couldn't find any good prices for business class going out of London. So we added a positioning flight where we flew to Madrid, and then we had a really great price on a business class flight from Madrid over back to JFK. And then we had a small flight home from JFK to RDU.
So the total overall cost for our flights, so flying from RDU to JFK, JFK to Charles de Gaulle, from London to Madrid, and Madrid to JFK, and then JFK back to RDU was
385,000 points and $1,470 in cash.
And we looked it up just to see how much we saved, and that flight would have cost our family of four $28,000. So we saved over $26,000 on this trip because we used points. So it was beyond worth it. And business class, there's nothing like it. The total flights were 6 hours out and 8 hours back. So you can imagine how amazing that was to be able to lie flat. And if you want to see what it was like flying business class, please check out our video where we're comparing Iberia business class to Air France business class. And if you want to keep watching our videos and help us out, please click like below and subscribe for more of our videos. Thank you.
Thank you.